Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill, and today we are going to play with Object 416 Aka Bucket. Fellas, hear me out. This vehicle is the least popular, as you can see. Right over there. The least popular Tier 8 medium tank, and there is a reason for that. I personally like this tank, I appreciate this vehicle, and I understand how to play with this tank, but in the same time, what I really want to highlight, it's quite a hard tank to master. Since it is not your typical medium tank, it is more likely a hybrid between the tank destroyer and the medium tank Aka. You have semi-rotatable turret and you are kind of a sniper schnitzel without gun depression, but you have a great camo. You get the point what I'm saying. It is quite a hard tank to make it work, especially if you want to be consistent. No, don't get me wrong, whenever you are getting Prokurovka, Kempinovka, you are chilling, you are enjoying yourself and you are sniping from the back. But whenever you are getting a city map, it is quite a hard tank to make it work. Although not everything is that bad, you have 330mm of penetration with a gold, so this is quite a nice thing. And I had some games with Bucket or with 416. I played off stream, of recording to remember how this vehicle is looking like, because I do not have that much of the memory in my head. Whenever I haven't played with a tank in years, it is taking me quite a bit of time to remember how to play with a tank and what this tank is all about, especially when the meta is shifting all the time and whatnot. So what we are going to do in this game we are going to behave like a light tank. Skill, are you out of your mind? Absolutely yes. I like to be out of my mind, fellas. Look at this. So what do we have over there? We have a position from where we are behaving like a light tank. I know it sounds weird, but like I said before, you are a hybrid. This tank is in a way hybrid. You have a humongous camo with this tank, so whenever there is no light tanks in the game, you can actually take the light tank role for yourself. And by taking light tank role for yourself, you can have an absolutely amazing time while spanking everyone making one or another bad mistake, right? And this is exactly what we want to see, and this is exactly what we want to do. Even though I am spotted at this point, I do not really mind, especially whenever we are going to spot the sniper schnitzels here, and we are feeling great, fellas. We are going right back to the bush. Oh, look at this. You see this guy? This guy is looking a bit angry. He is going in front and he is saying blah, 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 blah. Unfortunate. It happens for the best of us. So to this extent, fellas, I would say we are being very, very successful in this game, and I think we are doing everything well. Not only we are farming the sweet assisting damage, but in the same time we are doing damage as well, because we have a good camo rating. And not only we are spotting, we are doing the heavy lifting overall. But once again, this is not as simple to do as many people might think it is. You don't need to go in front and try to make the best use of this tank. It's not so simple, fellas. I truly want to highlight this. And it might look easy whenever I am doing that, but it might be very, 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 very hard to do the things. And my warming up session with this tank, I played like 3 or 4 battles just to see how this tank behaves, And oh boys, it is quite a journey, and it is quite complicated thing to play with this tank. But now I am feeling ready, I'm feeling warmed up, and we can go ham. Skill, do you think this tank is bad? No. I honestly do not think this tank is bad, and to a certain extent it can be very flexible vehicle as well. You cannot say it is unflexible, since you can spot, since you can snipe, since you have a semi-rotatable turret, you have an okay-ish gun handling, it's not horrible. But to make it work, that is a different situation. Anyways, what we are doing, as you can see, our team is winning this game very, very easily. So that being said, we are just going to make as much pressure as we physically and forcibly can, just to get as much use as we can from this game. As you can see, Lanson is in the bag. That is good thing. How about this Mr. Borat? Mr. Borat is sitting here. Haboom in the air. Beautiful shot in the air. The secret to success whenever you are shooting someone, whenever you are in the mid-air, is to shoot them before your reticle is hitting the target. I know it sounds very, very weird, but this is how it goes. And now, you see? I am shooting them whenever I am in the air and whenever whenever my gun is about to hit the ground or about to hit the tank. So, looking into this first game, it's absolutely amazing. I could go out of order and say, fellas, this is a hidden gem. This is the tank which no one knows about. It's the best vehicle in the world of tanks. It's not. It is not. I personally, whenever I rated this tank before, right, I still need to rate it because this is what I'm doing nowadays. Well, minus the time whenever I'm marking FAVA 4005 without gold and with a standard equipment. I don't want to talk about this now, but this is what I do. I rate the tanks just to see how it looks like, right? And this tank is rated as a 3 stars, which is average tank in the world of tanks. And from what I've seen so far, I think this tank kind of deserves this rating. So, looking into all of this, fellas, 2.1 thousand damage, beautiful game. 3.9 thousand assisting damage, beautiful game. Skill, if you would have played passively, would you have the score? No. Luckily, I made a decision to go in front and to spot for the team, because if not the spotting, this game would not be even 2,000 damage. This is the thing, because I would be way behind and way in the back. That's what I'm saying. All in all, we are first by experience, we are third by the damage, which is very, very nice. We made 8,000 profits, which is great. Good, let's keep it up. Okay, guys, looking into matchmaking, I think we are kind of lucky. Because we are getting the maps from where we can spot, right? So I can try to be like a light tank with this vehicle, which is another level of the difficulty, but you can actually do that, right? I won't have a typical approach in this situation. I think what I am going to do, I think I am going to take the bush from here, and I will try to spot all crossing forces just like so. I think this should be a relatively okay idea, and I think we can definitely make it work. First things first, I'm going to hit the Scorpion, because why not? And now we are going to try to spank this T-34/3. Since he is going through the open field, I think we definitely could do that. Luckily for us, we tracked him, although we have done no damage whatsoever for this guy. It doesn't really matter. Let's wait until we are going to have a proper angle. That's good. And our Borat is getting slaughtered by ELC even, as you can see yourself. My mission is to try to support this Borat as much as I physically and possibly can before this gentleman will die. And unfortunately, at this point he is dead. But you know what? It's not as bad as it might look like, because our ELC is relatively close, and many guns are looking towards this ELC even. So whenever this guy will get outspotted, this is going to be a great stuff for our team. And in fact, I'm trying to get a bit more involved here as well. I do not want to snipe this game. I want to go in and I want to be aggressive to the best of my abilities, which is not that simple thing to achieve, but I think we are going to be okay. I think the bush, I think this gentleman is right there up front. Have you seen it? He's right there. Okay, beautiful. Can we spank him before it's too late? That would be very much appreciated, and he's dead. Okay, so this is the moment whenever we can get involved and whenever we can simply cross through the middle and to spot for our sniper, schnitzel, tank destroyers and whatnot. And I believe we can be very successful in this way. So let's try to do that. The situation is looking very similar like in the previous game. Skill, what happened in the previous game? Well, enemies had no team whatsoever, right? This is what happened. So, truth to be told, looking into this battle, I feel like it is kind of the same situation, and I feel like enemies have no team as well, right? We are having a nice crossfire towards the enemy sitting here, and let's try to make it work. My aim is a bit of the stinker at this point. I cannot aim anyone else apart my aim. Come on. Good. The thing is, they're moving in front and back like crazy mother truckers, and that is quite unlucky Scorpion G. If I could describe the Scorpion G, I would say he is definitely very, very unlucky. There is nothing what he can change about this. Meanwhile, Udes is crossing through the middle of the field. That is fine. I want to load the heat ammunition for this TS-54. And if I am going to be lucky... Ooh, hi, how are you doing? If I am going to be lucky, I should be able to craft a decent angle to spank him. But as you can see, at this point we are fighting against the T-32. And yes, you are seeing this right. I am playing with this tank very, very aggressively. It is not ideal choice, but in certain situations, I simply do not have any other option. I just simply need to be aggressive. Whenever enemies have no team, you know, you do not have time. Well, you have time, but you are not going to get that much if you are not going to commit for this, right? But you know what we have time for? We have time for dancing. We always have time for dancing. Come on. Not exactly what I'm looking for. Unfortunately, I'm tracked. It's okay. Can we penetrate him? Yes, we can. It's fine. At this point, I am just waiting until our guys will join the fun, and until our guys will be the living crap out of remaining enemy forces. That's what I am looking for, and that's what I want to see. Unfortunately, I am missing the shot, but that is fine. And now, fellas, all we need to do, we need to say goodnight for this guy. He's going to sleep. Nice. And we are going for the Udes. So nothing too crazy where the gameplay goes, right? In this kind of situation, I do not really think that is horrible performance by us, or it is overall bad play. I think we played relatively well. The problem is simple that games are not very equal nowadays. That is the problem, you know? And in this kind of situation, we cannot change absolutely anything. Skill, are you happy with this game? Oh, yes, I am, fellas. 100%. I think we are making this tank work, and I think we are playing with this vehicle very, very well for what this tank has to offer, which is very, very nice. I'm happy about this. So looking into the score, we have 3,100 damage, 1,100 assisting damage, beautiful performance overall. We are top by experience, we are second by the damage, and we have got a beautiful minus 26,000 balance. Why so? Because I fired quite a bit of the gold ammunition, and since my crew is not so skilled with this tank, as you can see, I do not have camo, so I need to use the directive. Oh well, round number 3. Okay, guys, so what do we have? Studzanki. Tier 10 matchmaking. Okay, let's see what we can do. I think I am going to start everything with a casual play over there. The main reason why am I going to do this, because I want to spot enemy forces going into the dip, or alternatively, I want to punish them whenever they are peeking. Now, like I said before, this tank has a good camo, so those bushes over there should work just fine, and I think we are going to be all right. First things first, we need to destroy this house. Skill, why would you waste your ammunition on the house? The thing is, this house is providing us with a very, very, very nice angle towards the enemies, right? And this is exactly what I want to see. This is exactly what I want to see. I want to have a great angle to punish enemy forces whenever they are going to do something silly. And by saying this, if this house is not existing, you know, this house is GG finito, our guys who are playing in the heavy line, they have straight up line whenever enemies are making a bit of pressure. This is pretty much preparation for the worst, if I can say so. Okay, let's be patient. I do not see any easy action we could make in this game, right? Obviously, I could try to go deeper in, but I'm afraid that enemies will simply overrun us. And this is my biggest fear. So since I feel like we cannot really be that aggressive at this point, why to bother at all, you know? Let's not bother that much. Let's be patient and let's wait until enemies will mess up. Now I know exactly where Mr. Borat is. Since I'm getting spotted, you know, I know that Borat is sitting in the middle bush, and as you can see, I cannot outspot Borat by myself, which is fair play, and this is fair enough. We are going to wait for approximately 5 seconds, and then we are going to blind shoot him. Let's count together, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Unfortunately, this is not a direct hit, but that is fine. And we have a MX playing in the middle here. What that gives for us? Well, that gives for us quite an interesting angle to punish him. And since we have 330 hit ammunition, at this point we can have a blast and we can have, hi, we can say, hi, how are you doing? Let's try to keep spanking him. 330 millimeters of penetration with a gold in the tier 8 is huge. There is not many tanks which can stand 330 ammunition, you know? There is not many tanks which can do that. So all we need to do, we need to keep bursting this mother trucker. That's all we need to do. Kind of good angling by him. Kind of good angling by him, but it's okay. Skill, do you see that your T10 is having a rough time? Oh yes, I see him. Believe me, I do. And this is the main reason why I'm saying it was a pleasure to play with you. Have a good one. See you never. If our team will make pressure like this, our team will get destroyed. You know, there is nothing what we can change about this. And logically speaking, fellas, this side is kind of lost at this point. Unless our E50M would make pressure, but even then it would be quite a complicated journey. So, not the greatest start from this match, don't you think so? Not the greatest start. I failed your skill, sorry. All good, mate. Happens for the best of us. Okay, let's wait at this point. We are just chilling, we are just enjoying the sun, we are having a good time. Ay. Not much what I can change about this. Skill, did you actually hit the pillar? Yes, I did. Do you want to talk about this? No. I just do not want to talk about this. I am accepting my responsibility. I'm saying fair enough and better luck next time. Okay, I would love to see this Borat dying right there. I'm spotted. That being said, they have a Borat somewhere in this position. Where exactly? Oh, now we know where exactly. Borat 590 hit points, he's running away for his life. And we have Fava trying to be aggressive as well. Oi, the gun doesn't treat me well in this game, does it? Gun is saying not your round. You are losing the game 2-7. We will add a bit of the extra layer of the difficulty. We are going to make sure this gun will treat you like a Liberty gun or something like this. But that's fine, we got this. We are not going to give up. We will fight till the last moment of the game. And you know what? Honestly speaking, lately I've been working on the trash burn mark, and I can tell you one very simple thing. I would rather play with a bucket any day than for a challenge which I am working on. So far, 4 days of humongous pain. It's like you would have the headache all the time, but the headache would not hurt your head, but it would hurt your balls. This is how it felt to me. Hi. Good. We are not giving up, fellas. We are not giving up. All we are trying to do, we are trying to punish enemies every single time whenever enemies are trying to be aggressive. That is all we are working for. Okay. Taking my time to aim. Okay, how to deal with this Fava? This is the question. How to deal with this Fava? We have E50M who is afraid to do something and I cannot blame him. Considering how this game goes, this is quite a challenge and this is quite frustrating experience. You know, whenever you are losing your game to that humongous margin, but that is fine. Okay, good. He's going for arming because he needs to farm a bit of the damage before this game will go to the down the hill, right? Can we get one more, pretty please? Yes, we can. Beautiful. Beautiful skill. What do you mean? You lost the game. How dare you to say it is a beautiful performance? Listen, it actually is pretty good game where the score goes. You cannot win every single game. You have seen two games before whenever we were just beating the living crap out of the enemies. So this is the same situation, right? Enemy team, we are significantly stronger than our team was. And that is okay, fellas. We cannot complain about this. We can just appreciate the progress and we can enjoy the show, right? Some games are just simply not winnable. So to get less frustrated for myself, what am I doing? I'm looking at my performance. How am I doing the things? And if I'm doing fine, and even though we are losing, oh well, what can you do, right? Anyways, looking into all of this, 3.5 thousand damage, 500 assisting damage, very solid battle. We are first by experience, we are second by the damage, right, which is completely fine, and we lost 38,000 credits because we fired quite a bit of the heat ammunition to that AMX M4, right, which is fair play, I guess. And in the end of the day, looking into the score, wow, fellas, look at this score. 3,000 average damage and 1.8 thousand assisting damage. Fellas, 4.8 thousand combined with a tier 8 tank. And by the way, I repeat, this is the worst. Well, this is the least play tank from the tier 8 mediums from the tech tree. I'm telling you, it's not that bad, but you need to know exactly what you are doing. And sometimes you need to behave like a light, sometimes you need to behave like a tank destroyers, and sometimes you just need to bend over. Anyways, fellas, I appreciate you. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a blast and I hope you enjoyed yourself. And see you very, very soon. Take care. Peace.